Dog Eileen Proctor here with this month's Hair of the Dog on VLP TV. That's Villa La Paz Cage-Free Pet Resort and Spa. And we're here this month with Michaela Watkins. And Michaela, is that still your name? I hear you got married recently.
I did.
What are you calling yourself these days?
Michaela Muncy.
Michaela Muncy. So she'll answer to both of them. That's okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. By the way, did any new pets come along with that marriage?
Nope.
No,
same three.
Same three. All right. Okay. We got one of them here. Who's this nice guy?
This is Wiley.
Wiley. And Wiley's a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier?
Yes, he is.
And I can see he loves his mama. Well, this month you brought him along because we're going to be talking about a very important topic. Ears to you, Wiley. We're going to talk about the hair of the dog that's in the ears, and also other types of ear care that you need to be aware of so that your pet doesn't get infections, correct?
Correct.
So let's talk about that. Do all dogs have ear hair?
Not all. The best way to determine whether a dog's going to have ear hair or not is whether or not the dog actually needs haircuts. Most haircut dogs do have ear hair.
That's interesting.
Say your soft-coated Wheatens, your Shih Tzus, your standard Poodles. Pretty much, it's a guarantee any of the breeds that are non-shedding, if they're classified as a non-shedding, they will have ear hair.
Interesting.
Bichons, all of them. Any dog that requires an actual haircut will require the ear hair to be pulled. The dogs that don't ever have ear hair are dogs that are short-coated shedding breeds. Labs, Boxers, Golden Retrievers, all of those dogs do not have ear hair.
Right, so you heard it here first. She'll be great at parties. By the way, does your new husband have ear hair?
He does not yet.
He does not yet, okay. So obviously, he's a non-shedding sort of guy.
Right.
Excellent. We'll see in the shower. Anyway, excuse me, we digress. Girl talk. So let's talk about Wiley here. How often would a dog like Wiley need his hair pulled from his ears?
About every 6 weeks.
Okay.
And you want to make sure that it is done by a professional. What happens is, you'll notice when they first start getting it pulled, they will whimper, they will whine. Basically, it doesn't necessarily hurt if you're, for the women out there who ever pluck their eyebrows or get their eyebrows waxed, it kind of feels like that.
Just got a bunch of people going like this while you're watching.
Yeah, you know, the first time you ever pluck your eyebrows, it really hurts, but the more often you do it, the less it does hurt. So the longer you wait in between plucking of the ear hairs is actually worse for the dog because their canal gets used to the pulling and it actually doesn't hurt the more frequently they get it done.
Gotcha.
But so I would suggest at least every 6 to 8 weeks they should have their ear hair completely pulled out of their ears.
By a professional.
Yes.
Right, because you know the angle to pull it at, you have the right instruments to do
Yeah,
that.
and you never want to, you never want to pull right from the very ends. You want to actually get down further, a little bit further in the canal and get it from almost from the root. It doesn't hurt as much when you get it down further in, as opposed to if you just pull the tips of it out.
Do you agree with that, Wiley? He's not talking. All right. So what will happen if you do not get the ear hair pulled out? What will happen to the dog's ears?
It actually will cause infection. It can actually get so severe that they actually can't hear. It gets so clogged up in there that they can't breathe, for one. No air can get in and out of there, and it causes mildew, and it starts to cause infections, and they can actually get their eardrums damaged due to all of that being trapped in their ears.
Wow. Well now, do they have more of a chance of getting infected? See, I have a Golden Retriever, a Border Collie, a little mixed breed. We're not sure what she is, but we love her anyway. That's you, Tracy. They sometimes have a smell to their ears, but they don't have hair in their ears. So what is the cause of that odor?
It's usually from an ear infection. The dog's ears should not have any odor, and if they do, it's generally due to some sort of infection or just from them not being clean. If they're not clean, they're obviously not going to smell great. But a clean dog's ears should not have any odor. They should be completely odorless, and they should be completely healthy, pink.
Can we pull in on the camera here so we can see Wiley's ears? Which how long ago did you clean and pluck his ears?
I would say his ears hair was probably plucked about 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
And you can kind of see that he's getting about due for it again. But you can notice though that his ears are a nice pink. They shouldn't be red. Normally a sign of an infection, this nice pink part here will actually be red and feel hot to the touch. And that's usually when you get like a rusty colored gunk inside there. There should not be any sort of gunk in there or smell or hair. You know if you've got gunk and a smell, it's generally an ear infection.
Gotcha. So I know at Villa La Paz, when you do a grooming on a dog, you will clean its ears and pluck the hair if necessary.
Yes.
Right? That's included.
Yep.
So what do you use to clean? What type of solution and products do you use to actually clean out the ears?
Okay, well you never want to use anything other than a cotton ball. No Q-tips. We never put anything like that in their ears. You can get down in there too far. You want to make sure with a cotton ball, you know that you're not getting in there too deep. We usually just use an ear cleaning solution. I have some here. It's just like a canine. It's called Healthy Ears. It's just a basic ear cleaning solution. It's not medicated. It's just a cleaner. We take that in cotton balls, soak the cotton balls in that solution, and just gently swab in the ears. That's all we use in there. You just get in there and clean with a cotton ball and nothing more than that.
How deep would you go with that? Do you stick your finger down and wipe around?
No, you just basically don't want to go any further than like this open spot right here. There's just like a nice, you don't want to go way too far in there. There's no reason to. You just want to get them nice and clear. Basically, I say anywhere you can see is where you want to clean. If you can't see it, I really wouldn't go there.
And going back to the concept of the Q-tip, I remember I was always told, never put anything bigger, smaller than a fist in your ear.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's what you're saying for the dogs
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So despite the fact that some people do get their dogs' ears plucked and cleaned, sometimes there are ear infections. I know you also report back to the parents when you think that they need to go to the veterinarian.
Yes.
So there are certain breeds that have kind of repetitive ear infection problems. What are the causes of those?
It's usually a lot of swimming dogs.
Swimming dogs.
Yeah, a lot of swimmers get ear infections a lot. It can also be down to diet. It can also be down to genetics. There's a lot of different reasons of why a dog might get an ear infection, but the most common would be genetics, lack of care, swimming, and then the ear hair. But that's pretty much your main causes of an ear infection.
So here in Arizona, it's still a little bit too cold to let the dogs go swimming on a regular basis. But if a dog is going to go swimming, what can we do after they swim or while they're swimming to make sure that they don't get, I guess, water in their ears, or do we dry them out? What do we do?
Well, a lot of times what we do before a lot of the dogs' baths is we cotton their ears, actually. We'll take a cotton ball and put the cotton ball in their ears. That keeps the water from getting down into their ears because the cotton ball soaks up any water that would go into their ears. It's very good to do if you are bathing at home to cotton a dog's ears, just to make sure you don't get any water in the canal.
Okay.
That's one thing you can do. So if you know the dog is going to be swimming, if you can cotton them ahead of time, just remember to take them out. If you can cotton them ahead of time, that works really, really well, and then just take them out as soon as they're done. The other thing is if you can't, I would just honestly take either a paper towel and just wipe in there, just make sure that there's not a lot of water sitting in there.
Okay.
That's pretty much it, just a cotton ball or a paper towel, and just kind of get out the excess water of their ears.
Cool. Okay. Wow, so now that's everything we ever wanted to know about good ear care for dogs, but we're afraid to ask. Did we leave anything out?
I think you pretty much covered it.
Great. Well, now you know the type of care that your dog's ears will get at Villa La Paz and what you can do at home to make sure that it stays nice and smelling fresh, looking pink, and not unpainful for your dog. So, Michaela, thanks so much for being here with us to talk about the hair of the dog inside the ears. And you've been listening to VLP TV, Hair of the Dog, with Michaela Muncy.
Yes.
And she is available to answer any questions that you may have about ear care or any other type of grooming question. The number is going to be right there on your screen. And we'll see you next month with another great episode of Hair of the Dog. Bye, Wiley.